this precious chance, I will gladly explain to you all about the most disgraceful thing to do as a Muslim. And by most disgraceful thing, what I meant was Syirik. So yeah, this chance I will explain to you all the dangers of Syirik. I will tell you every little detail about it, and with the purpose so that you all can understand English, understand Syirik, and so you all can avoid Syirik at the end. So yeah, before I even start mentioning ayats or hadith that explains about Syirik, there's an important question that we need to ask ourselves first. And that important question is, what is Syirik? We all know Syirik is a bad thing, but what does it even mean? Why do we even have to avoid it? Well, in Arabic, the word Syirik comes from the word sharika, which means associate. Why associate? Well, because in definition, Syirik means associating others with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as if there's another Almighty besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the people who do associate others with Allah are called mushrik. Well, we all know Syirik is a bad thing, but what about the mushrikeen? How should we react to the mushrikeen? How should we face them, or what should we do when we are around them? Well, a lot of people say that, oh, Syirik is bad, so that means mushrikeen are also bad. We should always insult them, or we should always pick a fight against them, and we should always start a war against them. But that statement is not fully correct. Yes, we do need to act them as our enemy, but only that. We don't need to extend further and insult them or pick a fight against them just because they're mushrikeen. No. We're both, each side are still humans, and we still need to respect each other. We still need to respect each other. In Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 192, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, but if they stop, then indeed Allah is most forgiving and most merciful. And in this verse, by they, it means the mushrikeen who are attacking the Muslims. So if they stop the hatred, by stopping they mean stop the hatred, that means Allah is most forgiving and most merciful. And we Muslims should also stop the hatred as well, because there's a slight chance that they stop the hatred and accept Islam. And if they accept Islam, then Allah is most forgiving and most merciful. And we Muslims should never start the hatred as well, because it is a Muslim's duty to be good or to do good to other people and never pick a fight against anyone. But will the mushriks still be forgiven if they stop the hatred, but they don't accept Islam? And the answer is simply no. They will be forgiven for stopping the hatred, but they will not be forgiven for they don't accept Islam part. And the consequences or the dangers of not accepting Islam are very, very severe. The dangers of Syirik are very, very severe. One of the dangers of Syirik is in Surah Al-An'am, verse 82. Allah explains by saying, those who believe and those who do not confuse their iman with tyranny or Syirik, they are the ones who get security and they are the ones who will get guidance. And in this verse, by those who believe and those who do not confuse their iman with tyranny, that means us, the Muslims. And in reverse, people who do confuse their iman with tyranny or Syirik, they are the ones that they will never get security and they will never get guidance. And those people are the mushriks. Another example of the dangers of Syirik is in Surah An-Nisa, verse 116. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, whoever associates something with Allah, then indeed he has strayed as far as possible. Well, those are just some of the examples of dangers of Syirik in general. But if we dig a little bit deeper, Syirik is actually divided into two groups. The first is Syirik Akbar and the other one is Syirik Asghar. In Arabic, Akbar means big and Asghar means small. So basically, there's big Syirik and small Syirik. And what are the consequences of Syirik Akbar? So first, I'm going to mention the consequences of Syirik Akbar? Well, first is in Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 72. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala said, "Truly, whoever associates something with Allah, then surely He has forbidden. Allah has forbidden heaven for him, and His only place is hell, and there's no helper or hope for the wrongdoers." And another example of the consequence of Syirik Akbar is in Surah Al-An'am, verse 88. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala said, if they had associated others with Allah, undoubtedly the deeds that they had done would have disappeared from them. And now we're gonna move on to the consequences of small shirk. Well, compared to big shirk, of course, the consequences isn't that serious or isn't that severe compared to big shirk. But still, even though it's small shirk, we still shouldn't underestimate the power of small shirk. Because if we keep underestimating small shirk and we keep doing small shirks, those small shirks will pile up and become one big shirk. So never ever underestimate small shirk. Okay, continue. What are the consequences of small shirk? Rasulullah said in his hadith, in fact, what I fear the most for you is the little shirk. And for example, one of the example of small shirk, namely Riyah. Allah will say to them on the day of resurrection, when giving recompense for human deeds, go to those with whom you have done good deeds, but Riyah in this world. Will you receive a recompense from them? So basically, what this means, in the day of resurrection, every human being will get recompense for his good deeds in the afterlife. And the people who do good deeds because of other human beings and not because of Allah, Allah will say to them to go to the people who they did the good deeds for, or because of Riyah, because they wanted to get praise or something. And Allah will tell the people who did Riyah to go to those people and don't ask for recompense from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Oh wait, there's no closing. Maybe that's it for my presentation on. In conclusion, so there's two types of shirk. First is Syirik Akbar and Syirik Asghar, and both shirk has many different consequences, and there's actually more examples of shirks, but just to shorten the time, I will only mention these few. But if you search more on the internet, if you watch some videos of kajians or from the ustads that explains about shirk, you will know more. I only explain briefly, but what I know, I only explain in this short amount of time. And maybe that's it for my explanation about the dangers of shirk. Maybe that's it, and I thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much for your attention. I will close my presentation by saying Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.